Smells so good. I love the way lemon smells. I wanted to share a few tips and techniques for cutting lemons. Now you would think that like it's just a lemon, just cut it up into pieces and you can use it. You can make simple little rounds, and what I like to do is no matter how you're cutting your lemon is to remove a few of the surface seeds. That way when you're using it as a garnish or squeezing it onto a dish, you're not getting all those seeds in there. But if I'm putting some lemon slices on some salmon, if I'm putting it in the oven or on the grill, I'll just simply slice it up into rounds like that. If you're using it for a garnish, you want probably, nicer rounds. Now I want to show you how I like to cut lemons, and I recently saw a video that takes my technique but adds one additional step that I think makes cutting lemons a lot easier to squeeze and a lot easier to use, so I really like it. So I will cut off both ends of the lemon. You can just make pretty much a shallow cut. You don't even need to go super deep. Then I'll turn it onto one of the flat sides just so it's nice and stable. And this is where I'll cut it into 4, 6, 8, depending on how many you want to get out of it. If I'm juicing a lemon, I want to get a lot of juice, so I'll just cut it into 4. If I'm using it as a garnish, I'll cut it into smaller wedges. That additional step is simply removing the middle membrane. So I can do this at a little bit of an angle, just cut that off, or you could put it up on one side and slice down. And that way you have a clean cut there. And this is where you can pick out a few of those seeds. That's what I usually like to do. So you're not squeezing those seeds maybe into your drink, your iced tea. But there you go. Easy to squeeze. Instead of the juice splattering all around, it just squeezes right down. Get all that lemon juice out of there. If you are using your lemons as a garnish, I usually like a smaller bit of lemon. So I'll cut that wedge in half. And then it's just one easy step. Slice right down the center, make a little hole, gap. Grab your glass, and now you can just slide that right on and it holds on. I mean, slicing a lemon can be super easy. That's all it has to be. If you have your lemon wheel, you can do the same thing. Just find one of the segments, slice down. You don't want to slice too deep because you want a little tension on there. And beautiful garnish. Now I wish I had iced tea. I don't have any iced tea. Just gonna be drinking lemon water. But really, that's all it takes. And I like that usually in a lemon, the seeds are just right in the center, so they should be easy to pick out. If you have one of those mega lemons, sometimes the seeds are so huge in there, I feel like. So you wanna cut that membrane out of the center, and then there should only be probably a seed or two in there. You can make a smaller wedge if you need to. But these look like clean, perfect, great lemons. None of that membrane, none of that pith in there. You just have clean lemons that you can squeeze. Sometimes it's fun, dip them in sugar, get a little burst of lemonade, little lemonade bites. But just like that, beautiful lemon slices, seedless, easy to squeeze. If I'm just quickly trying to squeeze some lemon juice into a recipe and I don't want to get my juicer out, what I'll do is, this is a technique usually used on limes, but I'll just do a little cheek of the lemon. So you just slice down on one of the sides, and then now you have just an easy to squeeze, no seed part of the lemon to squeeze in there. And then you can usually get probably about 2 or 3 out of it, depending on how deep you cut. But it's a quick way to just squeeze some lemon and avoid the seeds. And of course, there's all that juice in the center. You could add this to any recipe too. Use your lemon juicer on there. It smells so good. I love the way lemon smells. If you have an extra lemon half, good way to clean your cutting board just with some kosher salt and a lemon half if you have one left over. I don't know how many lemon videos. We've done so much with lemons over the years, let me tell you. Cutting, garnishing, lemonade. Oh, just recently, maybe this is a video we'll do soon. My sister has been making dehydrated citrus. So you do really thin slices of the lemon, lime, orange, put them on a sheet tray in the oven, low temp, like 200, and let them dehydrate. Perfect garnishes, they look beautiful, they're super easy to make, so might have to do that in the future, but so many uses for lemons. I'm kind of disappointed in my rounds because I was not paying attention and they were a little lopsided, but if I was not talking and cutting, I probably would cut better ones. Ooh, this is a pretty one. Boop. Now imagine a tropical beverage in here, something nice and refreshing. I'm gonna experiment with another cutting method. I don't use this one all the time, but you can cut down the equator. You have these halves, top and bottom, no need to cut those off. Then you cut wedges out of this. Now you'll see the difference here. This will give you the lemon cross section with all the membrane pieces. So all the segments. So now you have a lemon with the segments in there. Then you always end up one with like a bump from the top or bottom. But I think these lemon slices are nice because you are cutting against the segments. So you get to see them if you're using it for a garnish. It's really the only time it really matters. Most of the time I'm slicing a lemon, putting it over some veggies, some pasta, and then discarding the rest into the compost. But this is a nice way to get a nice view of the segments versus the other style that has just all the lemon. I'm so glad I don't have like a cut on my finger. If you ever had like a paper cut on your finger and sliced lemons and it's just pure torture, it's just pain. I cannot tell you how many recipes I put lemon in. I will squeeze some lemon in just about everything. It wakes it up. If you're doing vegetables, especially I love grilled vegetables, squeeze a lemon on them afterwards. Your proteins, especially seafood, chicken, a squeeze of lemon just brightens everything up, adds a little bit of acid. And whenever you're having something salty, something fatty, you wanna balance it out with acid. It can really enhance just about any dish by just adding some lemon juice. And now you know some tips and techniques for cutting them.